Can you guess what it is yet? Yes, the last of the Babylon stations in kit form. And appropriately enough, I picked this up from cosmictoys.co.uk. It wasn't on their website. I just went in, the first time I'd ever been in the store, in fact, and my eyes shifted upwards as I went upstairs, and lo and behold, there was the last of the Babylon stations up on high, in very good condition. Not overly cheap, but not overly expensive either, because these are really old. This is from 1999. It's not 5 miles long. It's actually 428 millimeters long. That's about 42 centimeters. So it won't be huge, and you're not going to see it made up for a while. And the reason you're not going to see it made up for a while is because I am rubbish at making model kits. Like badly, deeply rubbish. So that ain't going to be happening. However, I know a man who can. But a man who can is very, very good at this stuff. Gentleman by the name of Ashton. And I'm going to send this off to him and get him to work his magic on it, which will not be cheap in any way, shape or form. But, I've spent the last couple of years going back through this series, and I think it would be a nice and unusual thing to have, because I don't imagine many people have still got them. They do still turn up, I believe. I know that someone on the Grey 17 podcast recently got hold of one of these, actually, in this sort of American neck of the woods. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scratch on the front of it, actually, on the box. That's annoying, isn't it? Yeah. Oh well, that's the benefit of cameras, I suppose. They pick up these things. I'm actually going to open it, which may strike you as being silly and undoubtedly reduces the value of it a little bit, but I'm curious to see what it looks like before it's made up, and I'm also want to check that as best as I can tell, it's got all the bits in it that it's supposed to have. It's sealed. You can see there. You can just about make that. See that semicircle there? That's a sort of multiple stickers thing on it, presumably to make sure that nobody could pinch anything out of it whilst it was in store. But that's the back of it there. There's a Star Fury model as well, but surprisingly little you see in the way of toy merchandise for the show, sadly. So Micro Machines, yep, I've got those, but this would be the only model that I have. And apparently it's actually got a section of it that turns, so that'll be quite interesting to see. But you see, those painting requirements, it's just not me. I'd much rather have it done by somebody who actually knows what they're doing, because I'd probably just get very frustrated and very cross when I mess it up. And it's not the sort of thing that I want to mess up. It would be nice to get it done properly. So, I am going to dig into it. I don't know what the rules on this sort of thing are, so I'm using a knife to do it. So I'm just going to go off screen and try and get into it, because there we go. That's nice and easy. I didn't want to take the stickers off because I was afraid that they might tear the actual box. Although, ironically, of course, I've now noticed that's the other side of the box. I've now noticed that the box itself is not absolutely as minty neat as I might have liked, but anyway. I'll read you the blurb off the side of it just to see how accurate it is. Planned and created by a multinational, multi-species alliance, Babylon 5 is the fifth and only survivor of a series of projects, all of which share the same aim: to use their physical location and size to provide an environment in which humans and aliens can find a compromise for their differences. However, the first three Babylon stations that emerged from the Earth Minbari War were destroyed by sabotage, and the fourth vanished in mysterious circumstances on the day it came into being. Well, the day it came online. Regarded as a neutral plane, Babylon 5 is a fully independent free port, which serves as a galactic meeting point and political forum for 250,000 beings who call it home. Yeah, that's actually one of the more accurate descriptions on the sides of boxes that I've seen of late, I think it has to be said. So let's have a look. So plastic bags on the screws, I believe they're called, which is promising. Nice. Okay. I mean, the other interesting thing about this is that, of course, the Babylon station was never really a physical station. It was only ever computer generated, which is very unusual at the sort of time that the series was active. Now, that to me does not strike as a minty clean instruction manual. I don't know. It might just be that it's very old paper. I mean, this is 20 odd years old, so maybe the paper itself hasn't aged that well. But it does look as if it's had things on it, but it's got a nice base for this for it as a whole, though. From the looks of it, the instructions there. I don't know. Maybe I could do this. I don't know. A few more instructions there, but can you see this? The state of that. It's a little bit. I don't know. I don't really know what to make of that. Right, let's have a look at this. The important bit will be the decals and so on. I mean, the gentleman concerned will probably do his own thing, but the stickers certainly look like they're all there. So that's good. I had no idea whether or not he'd actually use those himself, but there seems to be a couple that have come loose there, but you can see the base quite clearly there, though. There were definitely a couple flying around loose. But yeah, I can see where they've come from actually. So I mean, the reality of it is that I think everything is in there that ought to be in there, because the ones that are loose are probably still sealed within the bag, so that's okay. You can see the Babylon 5 symbol there at the bottom. So I guess we're probably in a reasonable state to go for it, because it looks complete, and that's really what I was checking, because I thought there's no point sending it off if it's going to turn out to be not complete. So I guess that once I've sorted the cash out for him, I'll be sending this off, and then as and when he gets a slot to do it, he's told me he hasn't done one before, which is interesting. So I've no idea how he'll find it in the grand scheme of things. Probably fairly straightforward, I guess. It's not like he's building it from scratch or anything. But I also have the option to get it lit up. And I'm kind of wondering whether or not I should do batteries or mains. If anyone's got any input on that, I'd appreciate that, because as I say, I know very little about this sort of thing at all. But if you're familiar at all, the station does light up when it comes into the shadow of Epsilon 3. It is Epsilon 3, isn't it? So when it comes into shadow, then various exterior lights come on. I think he's going to research that and put them in the appropriate place, although I don't know if he knows what sort of size he's got to work with, because it wouldn't be huge. I think it would. In fact, I think I'll actually like the size of it, because it won't be so huge that you can't find space to put it somewhere, So yeah, so that's that. I mean, so touch wood, it's got all its necessary components, and then as I say, I just need to sort of sort out getting a slot for it to get done. But if you've got any suggestions or anything like that, please do leave them in the comments, and one day the last of the Babylon stations will return to me in much shinier shape than it currently is. So thanks for watching, and cheers for now.